internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today and get internet with a price for life. Keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability.
He should be. Yeah, he is. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Look at you. You look
at
good
me.
in flat bill
Look
hats.
at
I
that.
can't pull it off. I can't pull off a flat bill hat.
Really?
Yeah.
Representing right there.
Yeah. It looks like a.
What hat is it?
It's an NFL hat, but it looks kind of like a green, like Athens, Greece kind of hat. I don't know.
What?
Greece.
Yeah, it looks,
Like Greece is the word?
I don't know. It's free.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you are. So I'm
Oh,
guessing.
I like it.
I'm guessing that you are. You're not going to jolly old London town.
Not going to London. I'm in Los Angeles, and we'll be in studio for the pregame on Sunday.
Oh.
Oh.
Good for you.
Well, if you need to check in, Ben will be there.
Yeah, I will be there. I mean, I have so much inside information there, Tom, that you're going to need to talk to me.
Hey, you want to find out what's going on there? Give me a shout.
Oh, can you give us a preview?
Yeah.
What's going on with him?
I mean, he's swollen after getting knocked out of the game. He's 40 years old. By the way, I'm wearing my myself. If you're able to get that out, that would help him. There we go. That's better.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that.
You're good. Yeah, so, I mean, he got knocked around in the game. One of his knees is swollen enough that, there were parts of practice he wasn't doing. Now, he's going to play. And Rodgers has played through way worse than this. A couple of years ago, he played with a broken thumb. He's played with an MCL injury, a tibial plateau fracture, everything basically other than the collarbone the guy plays through. But, I'm a man in my 40s. I wake up sometimes and I don't really want to move my body a whole lot. And you have to wonder, does this stuff add up? We're 4 weeks into the season and the guy's got a swollen knee. He's his game has always been extending plays and being able to get outside the pocket. He's limited that a lot, I think, to kind of, be able to take some of those hits off his body. That's how he got hurt last year, was he held the ball a couple of times and got hit the wrong way and ends up with a torn Achilles on the fourth snap. So he's protected himself. But you saw last week when the offense isn't moving the football, when, they're struggling, he's trying to make some things happen. And he takes some hits that probably feel different at age 40 than they did when he was 30 or 25. You guys remember the 2010 season, the second year of Brett Favre with the Vikings, right? 2009 was magical right up until a pass that I don't need to remind Vikings fans about. But they beg Favre to come back in 2010. This is the most durable quarterback of all time. And he got knocked out of, I want to say, like 3 of his last 4 games. He got carted off in New England that year. He was like bleeding from his chin. And, he got knocked out in December from a game and then was ruled out the following week. Somehow, woke up on Monday morning and played and then suffered a concussion. Like, when you get to a certain age, and that's the guy that Aaron Rodgers grew up watching. It's part of why Rodgers has this mentality that he's going to play through anything. But even Favre at the end, it was like that stuff kind of, added up on him. So, we'll see where it moves forward here. Maybe he gets a little bit of a boost by acquiring one of his old friends at some point here over the next month. But right now, it's just going to be interesting to see kind of how does that Jets offense, coming off a really rough game, how do they function, and how does Rodgers look, knowing that, as much as he's tried to limit himself in terms of his pocket movement to getting outside the pocket recently, maybe his movement's even a little bit more limited against the Vikings defense and a pass rush that's been really, really good.
Well, and what do we make of just their dynamic on the team? I mean, he seems unhappy. Saleh seems to be like trying to downplay all this stuff. It seems like he's got to kind of handle him with kid gloves. Garrett Wilson and Rodgers are not on the same page, and they don't seem to be like maybe getting along if you read some of the reports and listen to some of the things that are coming out of New York. So like just the overall dynamic of the team, I mean, is that real? Is it not real? What do you make of it?
I think the Saleh-Rodgers dynamic is overblown because you're talking about things like, Saleh making a post-game comment about, well, maybe we're not ready to handle all the different things that, we're doing with Cadence when they had however many false starts. I think it was like 5 false starts in that game. Rodgers' answer is, well, this is, Like guys have to be held accountable and they have to, do better with that. That's kind of in line with how Rodgers always was in Green Bay too. You remember the year where they kind of flipped and went to all those young receivers and how frustrated Rodgers got, and he's always been a bad body language guy and all those things. And when he talks in a post-game setting like that to a frustrating game, like this is kind of the Rodgers that I would expect to hear. I don't get the sense from everyone I talk to that there's some major problem here. Yeah, when you lose, everybody's ticked off, everybody's frustrated, but it's still early in the season here. They got to work out some things offensively. It's not like Robert Saleh is the one calling the offense. It's Nathaniel Hackett with Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers runs a lot in that offense. So when they're not effective, a lot of it, lies on the quarterback's shoulders here. I think that, the fact that he's in that market, and again, the bad body language and Rodgers' propensity to be very blunt at times about things, we didn't get a taste of that last year because last year was the off season and it was hard knocks and let's celebrate it, victory tour, he's here, and then 4 snaps later he's out, and everything, all the daggers were directed at Saleh and at Zach Wilson and at everybody else on the team. Now, again, because of that media market, Sauce Gardner tweets something and it becomes a story. Garrett Wilson makes a comment on a podcast where he's, given a fairly honest answer about just, we're very dialed into what we do. We're not doing a lot of different stuff. And everyone's like, ooh, they're not being innovative enough on offense. Like, what, you think Aaron Rodgers is going to reinvent how he's won 4 NFL MVPs at this stage of his career? No, they're going to run that offense here. So listen, if you make a trade for Davante Adams, you're going to have another mouth to feed, and that's going to be another complication here. I don't get the sense that anything is imminent right now on that front, but that would definitely add one more, piece to this puzzle here. If they play well, none of this is an issue. I don't think that there's some, deep, dark problem that's happening here. But when you lose, particularly in a place like that with the expectations like the Jets have, everything gets magnified.
Speaking of Davante Adams, give us a team other than the Jets that you could see making a run at the wide receiver that no longer wants to be in Las Vegas.
Well, here's what I would tell you, Sauce, is the Jets are the top choice for Davante Adams based on everything that I've been told. Him and Rodgers, Rodgers both privately and publicly, when he was on the golf cart and said, like, I can't wait to play with him again. He's been recruiting Davante Adams throughout. The Jets acquired an extra 3rd-round pick in the draft last year when they made a trade. And so, they've got additional ammunition. Part of that, I'm sure was to have some resources if you needed to make a move at the deadline. And Davante Adams was the logical guy. This has been rumored all the way back to last year. Another team that Davante Adams would be interested in playing for is the Saints. That's where Derek Carr is. He initially, his old Fresno State teammate, he went to the Raiders, got to play not even one full season with Derek Carr out there before he got benched and ultimately got released and ended up with New Orleans. The Saints, and to a lesser degree the Jets, they have some cap considerations here. So any team making a trade is going to have to adjust that contract. Some other teams that would make some sense, the Bills would be one. They like their young group, but the opportunity to go play with Josh Allen, you would think would have some allure to Davante Adams, who's 33 years old. This is he's got a chance to get maybe one more contract out of this. He thinks a lot about legacy and things like that. Steelers would be another team that would make sense because they've been in the receiver market going all the way back to when they were trying to get Brandon Ayuk. And then you got some dark horse teams like, the 49ers would be a team that I would throw out there. They run a pretty similar offense to the one that Davante Adams knows really well. Right now, they don't have a clear sense. They still think that Christian McCaffrey's coming back this year. They don't know when. Brandon Ayuk hasn't exactly gotten off to the hottest start. You paid him a lot of money. Debo, you could use him in different ways. If you brought in Davante Adams, maybe use Debo more in the backfield and more in the slot and different places in that offense. And the 49ers have shown a propensity over the years for making the splash in-season trade, none bigger than when they got McCaffrey a couple of years ago from the Panthers. There's other teams too, but think about this in terms of how complicated this is, because this is not, fantasy football, Madden stuff. You have to take all the different things into consideration. For one thing, Davante Adams is hurt right now. This is not a fake, ow, my hamstring. He really got hurt in practice last week. It's probably a 1 to 2 week injury. He's making $1 million a week. So a team that's acquiring him probably isn't, not saying this can't happen, but probably isn't in a big rush to say, hey, let's bring him in this week and pay him that $1 million to not play. So it's probably going to be a couple of weeks. So you take that into account. Second part is the contract. He's making $1 million a week. Any team that's acquiring him is going to need immediately, you have to have the cap space to execute the deal. So, for one thing on that front, he has balloon numbers in 2025 and 2026. When he initially signed that deal, those were just there to pump up the average to $28 million a year when it was really on paper a $22 million per year deal. But now those numbers are here. They're in 2025 and 2026. So if you're a team that's going to acquire him, you're either adjusting that deal or you're getting a 11, 12 game rental for a guy that you're going to have to release or figure out a way to restructure his contract when we get out to March. Also, remember, in order to restructure somebody's contract, even for cap purposes, even if it's the Raiders paying down the number by giving him a signing bonus prior to trading him, which it doesn't sound like they have a real urge to do, or if it's a team adjusting it, paying out a signing bonus to Davante Adams, pushing those cap hits into the future to make it palatable on the cap in the short term, which again is something that has to be executed prior to the trade because you have to have the cap space at the time that you make the trade. Davante Adams would have to sign that. So effectively, it's a long way of explaining he can veto a trade anywhere. If he decides in his mind, you know what, I actually only want to go one place, he can effectively veto anybody else. It's a lot like the Brandon Ayuk situation where it was, all right, Patriots are in. You're going to the Patriots. I think I want to go to the Steelers instead. Okay, or I want to go to the Browns instead. Okay, Browns, we got a deal locked in there. You know what, I'm not going to sign that either. I want to go to the Steelers only. And eventually it got to a point where, the 49ers went back to the table and they were able to work something out with him. Adams can veto a trade. You don't need a no trade clause. You can simply be a guy who's due a big number and refuses to restructure his contract. So, we can talk about all these other teams here. I would say, and I'm not, big on prognosticating these things, but I would say if I had to sit here and guess how this plays out, Davante Adams is a New York Jet within the calendar month. He hasn't said, I'll only go there. He hasn't demanded, I'll only go to the Jets. And there's some thinking among, certain league executives that in a situation like this, particularly when a quarterback on the other team is actively recruiting your player, you might want to say, just for, defending your own business practices, you know what, I'll trade you, but you're not going to the Jets. I don't get the sense that that's the approach right now from the Raiders either, but there's a lot of moving parts here. How does it end up? He probably ends up with the Jets at some point in the next month, but it's not a done deal. There's not something in place right now. And, oh, by the way, they're getting on a plane to London tomorrow.
This is Tom Pelissero, NFL Network. Thanks to
Beck.
I know. I had to spit that one out. Let me follow up with that about all of that, though. Does it make sense for him to even go to the Jets, knowing that Aaron Rodgers is probably done after this year? I mean, I get the sense that he's probably done after this year. Like, it seems like a short-term solution and maybe not the best thing for him going forward long-term.
Well, and here's what I would say to that, Ben. It's a valid point. But remember, again, with those balloon numbers that he's got on his contract, he's not making 36 plus in 2025 and 2026. So anywhere he goes, he's either getting cut or he's getting a new deal. So effectively for the Jets then, this becomes like a 12-game, 11-game, 10-game, whenever he's ready to play proposition plus playoffs. What are you going to give up in that trade? That's the other component of this is if it is a rental, for a 32, 33-year-old receiver, you're probably not giving up, the equivalent of a first-round pick or even a second. Is it a third that you're doing with it? I think that for Adams, also remember this: if he goes to New York, the money he's losing just in taxes from a no state income tax state in Vegas. Like, he's given up millions of dollars for the rest of this year by going to New York, New Jersey. But for Adams, he's also thinking about, again, he thinks a lot about legacy. I've always respected Davante Adams. I don't know him super well, but I've interviewed him, a dozen times over the years. He suffers no BS. He's very direct, which is why when, the head coach accidentally likes an Instagram post about how you're not going to be on the team anymore, he doesn't take kindly to that. But he's also a very intellectual guy, and he understands, all these dynamics. He's got a long streak. I mean, I would say this: if it comes to it, and if there's no trade done in the next couple of weeks, hypothetical, and Davante Adams is healthy, I do think he plays for the Raiders again. I don't think this is I'm just going to, shut it down and refuse to play because, he's got the streak of 100 catches and 1,000 yards. He cares about the numbers. He cares about what he's putting on the field. He was on the sideline last week, even knowing, this is probably not long for this. He's wearing Raiders gear. He's not pulling any of the shenanigans you see other players pull here. but there's something about getting back together with Aaron Rodgers and going to New York and trying to have one magical run for a guy that, to your original question, Ben, if we're talking about like the future and everything, who knows what the future holds for Davante Adams? Maybe he's done. Maybe he doesn't want to play a whole lot longer after this here. And either way, if he just goes on effectively his existing contract, if you don't adjust 2025 and 2026, which if I'm Davante Adams' agent, I'm saying we don't want to adjust those numbers. We want you to get cut or, be able to restructure a new deal after the season because that gives us all the leverage here. You're just thinking, well, how do I get the most out of this for the rest of the season? Do I want to play with Gardner Minshew in an AFC West where, it's fair to say on paper you're third or fourth probably in that division? Or do you want to go to the Jets, get all the smoke, take on all the expectations, and see if you can put together a magic type of run? The Jets have to, think about all these things too. You already got Garrett Wilson, who maybe isn't super jazzed about his target share, and then you're going to bring in a guy who's close with the quarterback. I mean, Rodgers already is throwing the ball a lot more to Alan Lazard than he is to Garrett Wilson. Now you're going to bring in another guy that he's got history with. Garrett Wilson's, the best player that they've got on offense. He hasn't gotten the ball a ton, which is where, going back to the question about what teams would make sense, Buffalo doesn't have a Garrett Wilson. I can sit here and make the case for why he should go to Buffalo, but he doesn't really know anybody at Buffalo. He knows Hackett. He knows Lazard. He knows Aaron Rodgers. That's a big part of the allure, and that's why they're at the top of his list.
All right, let's shift gears over to the team that the Jets are playing this weekend. That's our Minnesota Vikings. And so let me ask you, Tom, let's just forecast this thing out. And it's more of just like, I want to get your feelings on this whole scenario. Let's just say the Vikings keep rolling. They win in London. They've got a tough game after the bye against the Lions, which they host at home. I mean, it's not crazy to think that if they can get by the Lions, they're 10-0. I mean, can you believe, even at maybe worst, you look at their schedule, they could be 9-1, 8-2, and sitting really well as maybe the top seed in the NFC. I mean, I just wanted to get your thoughts on just how the season's going and the idea that our Minnesota Vikings could be the number one team in the NFC more than halfway through the season.
Well, Ben, you know the league as well as anybody. Like every week, every team's got a shot. We wouldn't have thought, the Ravens looked terrible in their first couple of games. And last week they blew the doors off the Bills, who to that point were probably the best team or looked like they were the best team in the NFL. It's a week-to-week league, so you never want to get ahead of yourself. But I think back to when we were having this conversation before the season, you looked at those first 6-7 games. I think I said it on this show, like if you're 4-3, even 3-4 coming out of those games, you're going to have a chance because the schedule does lighten up. It's really front-loaded in terms of the competition. You don't want to go lose your next three, obviously, but you're already in a position where you're ahead of the game. You're playing with house money. And nobody, I don't think, coming into the season would have said, yeah, you're going to go in and sweep the 49ers and the Texans in those two home games. And then they come back and go into Lambeau Field last week and get another win. So they've definitely, gotten themselves in a good position out of the gate. You're right. If you go and beat the Jets on Sunday in London, which those games are always a little weird. It's the travel, it's the scheduling. Sometimes teams come out and play completely flat. I'm not anticipating that's going to happen with the Vikings because they got a lot of positive juice going on both sides of the ball right now. But weird stuff happens all the time in the London games. Yeah, if you can win, 2 of your next 3 and be 6-1, if not 7-0, then absolutely, you're in a really good position to make a run at this thing. I don't know that we have really dominant teams league wide. In terms of the whole league, the Chiefs are 4-0. The only other unbeaten team. I don't know that you watch them and with the eye test, you're like, boy, this team is just dominant. They're kind of stop and start on offense, and they're really beat up on that side. They've lost a couple of their wide receivers. Travis Kelce really hasn't gotten going yet. The Bills, up until last week, you would have said they're the team. Now it's the Ravens. Well, the Ravens are, 2-2. They've got their flaws too. On the NFC side, again, we're way out from talking about it, but we're talking about it now. For the number one seed, who are you sitting there and you're like, boy, that's the one team I don't want to see. The Commanders are 3-1 with a rookie quarterback who looks awesome in Jaden Daniels right now. But I don't know that you're sitting back and going, well, they're going to be the number one seed. The Cowboys and the Eagles, just, they're two of the top teams in terms of the talent level, but they haven't really sustained it early on. The 49ers are the defending NFC champs. They're always there. They're super beat up right now, too. I think the NFC is just so wide open, and the more distance and padding the Vikings can give themselves, the better the chance that not only can they win the division and be in the playoffs, but maybe they're going to have some home games when it comes down to it.
That's Tom Pelissero. You're the man. Thank you so much, my friend. We'll talk to you next week, okay?
See you, fellas.
There you go.
Bye.
Tom. Thanks to our friends at Bell Bank. And by the way, here are the winners for the Bell Bank Pay It Forward promo from last week and this week.
Oh, sweet.
First of all, Don Conwell submitted the Minnesota Ovarian Cancer Alliance. The Minnesota Ovarian Cancer Alliance funds research, offers support to women and families, educates the medical community, and raises awareness. Check out mnovarian.org. And then Ryan Gleason nominated Thumbs Up. Thumbs Up is all about embracing those struggling and breaking the stigma around mental health, connecting, supporting, and encouraging one another to talk about their feelings and challenges and to keep moving forward. We want to educate and teach about mental illness and the warning signs of suicide and what you can do to help others who struggle, and community awareness as well. So those are your Bell Bank Pay It Forward promo winners. Each of those organizations, thanks to the people who nominated them, are going to get a $1,000. If you want to nominate an organization, please go to KFAN.com, put in the keyword Bell Bank, and nominate your organization today. Thank you, Bell Bank, and thank you, Tom Pelissero. We'll break, come right back. It's the Fan.
Bye.
KFAN Total Traffic.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center, here's a little.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today for an internet service monthly rate with peace of mind.
Westbound Cedar Avenue to Penn Avenue still jammed, and the crosstown westbound 28th Avenue to Penn Avenue is tight. 35 northbound slow between 185th Street and the Burnsville split. That's traffic on the Fan. Traffic is sponsored by Valley Scare.
Valley Scare is back from the dead. Select Saturday and Sunday nights, September 21st through October 26th. Haunted mazes, jump scares, and monsters await you. Plus, you can scream on your favorite Valley Fair thrill rides in the dark. Fear is waiting for you. Visit valleyscare.com.
Celebrate the spooky season with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129 and take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Book online at ZeroResMinnesota.com to take advantage of these huge savings. Spell it forward or backward, it spells the same. Zero Res. ZeroResMinnesota.com.
You're free now. Free to fill your feed with impossibly chonky chonkers. Free to be everything you imagine, and then some. That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber Internet. Your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service in select locations only.
Thanks for calling Pronto. How can we help you get huge rebates and tax incentives by replacing your old air system?
Sounds way too good to be true. We thought so too, until we saw the results. It's official. There's more government and utility money up for grabs than ever before. Get at least $5,000 in rebates and incentives just by upgrading to a new high-efficiency comfort system. Call Pronto now. Talk to a rebate specialist and find out how much you could pocket. No strings attached. Visit ProntoHeat.com.
At Fleet Farm, we're serious about offering whatever you need at the best prices guaranteed. Big things, little things, everything. Like Diamond Solar Salt for only $4.79 a bag. Or 25 pounds of black oil sunflower seed for $9.99. And 40 pounds of Litter Delight cat litter is on sale now for just $8.99. As always, if you happen to find it for less, we'll match it. So stock up on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. All at the best prices, guaranteed.
It's Corey Code Power Trip Morning Show for Treasure Island Resort and Casino, TICasino.com. Get down to the island, go to the bowling alley, the water park, the spa, To-Do Steakhouse, the Trade Winds Buffet. And of course, Treasure Island has all of your gaming options, hundreds of slot machines, bingo, blackjack, poker, and more. But they also always have concerts coming up, comedy coming up, stage shows, country music. They got it all. And it's recently announced Weird Al is coming to Treasure Island Resort and Casino on Saturday, June 28th. Tickets are on sale soon. It's an outdoor show, all ages. It's going to be June 28th, next summer, Weird Al. Maybe he'll do songs like Amish Paradise, Eat It, Like a Surgeon, Smells Like Nirvana, White and Nerdy, and many, many more. Weird Al June 28th, Treasure Island Resort and Casino. But don't wait until next summer. Make this weekend an island weekend. TICasino.com to book a hotel room, to find out more information about upcoming shows, and much, much more. It's right outside of Red Wing, Minnesota. It's Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Find them online right now at TICasino.com.
Ben's appearance is sponsored by Lexus of Wayzata and Maplewood.
From the Your Boat Club Weather Center.
This report is sponsored by Summit Orthopedics.
Summit Orthopedics provides the highest standard of treatment through every injury or aching joint and muscle that may stand in the way of you realizing your dreams and living life at your summit.
Fan forecast.
High in the mid-60s today under sunny skies.
The Fan.
Hey, everybody. It's the 8 o'clock hour of the Power Trip Morning Show, and it is 8:07. We're on KFN.com/watch. You want to see how we're looking today? Let me see. Let me grade everybody. There's Derek. You're looking pretty good. Well, let me look over at Sauce real quick. Let me look at Zach. Yeah, looking good.
Hey.
And now let me look at Maxo. Maxo, you know what, dude? On point.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with your facial hair. What do you call that?
I don't know what's going on with it either. I kind of got like a little Shakespeare thing going on.
Yeah, it's kind of
right
a Shakespeare in love thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that film, Hawk.
I do. I love it. Makes me cry.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at Ben.
Oh, he passed.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
Zach.
And here's Ben. Oh,
God.
you look great, Ben.
Ben.
Hey.
Ben.
You got a 10.
Ben.
What are you typing up there, Ben?
What I'm going to go eat in London tomorrow.
You're going to Eden, London?
Eat in London.
Yeah.
The Garden?
The Garden Grove.
Didn't know it was in England.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what? Eat that apple. Who cares?
Wow.
Right? You know what?
Oh, apple.
Nobody likes being naked. You know what? That's the thing I think is if I had been Adam and I'd eaten apples so they'd make me put clothes on because I don't want to show my wang. I'd be embarrassed. You know what I mean? But that got deep, didn't it? Anybody? Nobody know the Bible at all? Does anybody know?
I couldn't agree more.
Really.
That sounds right. And I'm looking at the hotel we're going to be staying at. I'm not going to say when or where.
Yeah.
But they got a sweet bar in the hotel that looks like it's self-serve.
Oh.
Lordy, look who's 40.
Yeah, that'll work out.
Probably not.
No, they'll probably have that closed, don't you think?
I love bars.
Oh, Ben, you like
Ben,
bars?
I love
no
bars.
kidding,
No,
dude.
it's great.
What's on Twin Cities Live today, Ben?
Hold on.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Lil
there
Ben's
he is.
back. Yeah.
We're both wearing the same outfit, though. That was very weird for a moment.
Same blouse.
Ben, he was pretending to be you.
We've got the same haircut.
We do.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm seeing double. I don't know which one's the real one.
I know. Where'd you go, Ben?
I went to the bathroom.
Did you take it too?
No.
Did you take
Just a real long one. It was a par 5
Would
one.
you quit bragging about your real long one?
Yeah, come on, buddy.
I mean, come on. Here we go, Ben. Here we go. It's all happening, brother. It's all happening.
What's happening?
It's going to be 5-0 is what I'm thinking. And,
Yeah,
I'm
they're gonna
excited.
win.
And I think what you were saying earlier is right. I think Rodgers will scare us a few times, but in the end, that team will S down its leg, and Mark Rosen will be left to clean it up.
Yeah, it's a really hard game to analyze because, you look at all their individual pieces offensively, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be a high-powered offense. They've got two really good running backs. Breece Hall has yet to really take off. He's having to answer a lot of questions about, is he healthy? Like, what's going on? Is there something bigger going on? And he's like, no, it's fine. I just haven't hit a big one, and I just haven't, it's not the offensive line's fault. Like, he just hasn't been himself.
Right.
And, they've got a rookie as well that's playing really well behind him, but they just can't get anything going on the ground to find any balance. And then they're not clicking offensively. They're the most penalized team, I think, the last 2 years, and it's kind of shaping up to be the same thing this year. And as Tom Pelissero talked about the false starts, I mean, they had 5 false starts this last game. Discipline across the team seems to be something with this team and this organization the last couple of years, and they just can't put their finger on it. And, as Rodgers is saying, he's like, it's not about me changing things. It's not about Nathaniel Hackett changing things. It's about holding guys accountable. And it sounds like Saleh doesn't really keep these guys accountable when it comes to some of the penalties and it's the pre-snap penalties that's killing them. So they can't seem to get out of their own way. They don't really seem to be getting along. He and Garrett Wilson have had issues ever since training camp, and so I don't know. And not to sort of crosstalk on Pelissero, but I mean Garrett Wilson is still the leading receiver on that team as far as targets go. The issue is Allen Lazard makes more plays.
Yes.
And so it seems like that Allen Lazard is the number one receiver, but when you look at targets and receptions, it's still Garrett Wilson. Aaron Rodgers is still looking to Garrett Wilson most of the time, more so than any other player. It's just that Allen Lazard has bigger plays and he has more yards per catch.
And I know the weather was bad last week. Ben 1. We'll get Ben 2's thoughts on this.
Ben 1.
Ben, yeah, either one. I know the weather was bad, but when you can't even score an offensive touchdown on your home field last week,
brutal.
that's really, really bad. Denver.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, Denver is getting along because of their defense is pretty good. But then you look at the Jets defense, they obviously held Bo Nix to -7 yards for like the first half or something. So the Jets defense is really good too. And so that's why I'm like, this team, it worries me because eventually you think that they will put it together. They have a really good defense. Their front seven maybe is not producing enough pressure as they're hoping for the guys that they have on paper. But again, all of those things being said, they have really good corners. They have really good secondary. You're hoping that the guys up front can start to figure it out and get to the quarterback. And when they do, they're going to be even a better defense. And if you pair that with an offense that can finally start clicking, this is going to be a dangerous football team. Let's just hope it doesn't happen this weekend.
Does Sauce Gardner shadow Justin Jefferson?
I would expect him to for most when he can. But we have seen time and time again the way that KOC runs this offense. Good luck trying to shadow this guy everywhere he goes.
Yeah,
because he lines up everywhere. We've seen him line up in the backfield. Even a couple times even this season. He's a number 3 receiver all the way to number 2, number 1, and then they put him in motion and they shift him around. It's going to be really difficult for them to shadow JJ all the way around the field.
And what you were just talking about with the pre-snap penalties, this is a home game for the Vikings, and Vikings fans travel really well. It'll be really loud in there.
Yeah, it'll be loud. The fun thing about these fans
happening.
I know. Zach's is doing Zach things.
Well, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm just sitting here. I'm on camera. You're talking for a while. I just want to look at the people.
The people?
What do the people look like?
Yeah.
Can you describe the people?
Can you see them through the camera?
They're all beautiful.
What's that person right there?
Oh, yeah. That's Frank. Frank.
Frank Colombo?
No. He's not.
Vassalero?
Frank Vassalero.
Hey, Frankie V!
He's watching
It's
us.
good to see you, brother.
Yeah, listen to the Hulkster.
Looks like a nice little coffee mug you got there.
Oh, relax.
That's his penis.
That's his penis.
It's
relax. Yeah, that's his Yeti.
He's got a handle on it. Dang.
It started out as a wart.
Yeah, it's a Yeti thermos.
On all fours. Oh, no. WCCO4.
Oh.
It's very tough to see.
Yeah. Anyway,
you're watching football?
Last football question about the Jets. You know the other guy that they underuse and have so far?
I do.
Breece Hall.
The aforementioned John Brown.
Well, like I was saying, though, I mean, Breece is getting his opportunities. He's a second leading guy as far as catching the ball in the backfield. He has 24 targets. I mean, he's tied with Allen Lazard as far as targets go. Like they're trying to get him the football. I mean, this is a quick. The thing about this offense, it is a quick strike offense, meaning that like not saying quick strike like down the field. They're not super explosive, but Aaron Rodgers is not going to hold on the ball very long. I mean, they get the ball out. And they will take their deep shots off of more like off schedule plays where you see Rodgers start to break the pocket and he'll move around and he'll just throw off his fading away and he'll chuck it downfield. They will have some design screen passes and checkdowns to Breece Hall in the pass game. So they are trying to get him the football. It's just, again, he's just not been the explosive player he has been in the last at least last couple of years.
Sweet.
You got it?
Yeah.
Good. Can I talk non-sports for 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Thank you. There's a pea bandit on the loose.
A what?
Huh?
You heard what I said.
A pea bandit?
The Pee Bandit, he's loose in Pasadena.
Residents say for the past 6 years, someone has been stacking bottles of urine on top of a utility box at the intersection of Colorado Boulevard and San Rafael Avenue. 2 men using hidden cameras were able to catch a man in the act. He is seen walking to the utility box from the shoulder of the 134 freeway. Last month, city workers built a steel pyramid on top of the box, but it was torn off within days. I'm Daniel Martindale.
Wow, Daniel Martindale.
Daniel's pissed.
So's that other guy.
Yeah, well, literally, I mean, so my question to all of you guys, and I posed this, and I'd really like you to think about this. Is this guy doing this because he thinks it's funny, or is this something that he needs to do in order to achieve an erection?
I think can it be both? That's my question.
Ooh.
Can it be both?
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't think about C.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah.
It could be C.
Can be both.
Yeah. Ben?
Well, that's a whole different thing.
Relax.
I think it's both.
Yeah, it's both.
It could be
both. Yeah.
It could be.
I think it's just love for the game.
Because there are a lot of people whose kinks, like if your kink was like something in public, right?
Yeah.
And like they put up something to prevent it. There is a majority of the people that would be like, yeah, I'm going to move
I'll do
on.
it. Yeah.
It's not worth the effort. I don't want to get a vandalism charge.
Right.
But this guy, he saw through he saw another opportunity, rip that thing off, and he won't be stopped.
He won't be
right?
stopped, yeah.
So this guy is addicted to pee bottles. He's Ray from Trailer Park Boys. Like 6 people get that reference, but
I'm not one of them.
no, Ray pees in jugs.
He saw that pyramid and he was like
Not
Michael
on,
Jordan.
not on, in like jugs. Never mind. So yeah, I think it's C. I think it's all the above. What do you think?
I don't have an opinion.
Yes, you do. Your father wants you to have an
Neutral
opinion
on this subject.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd is selling the rights to the recorded music to Sony. The deal is reportedly worth $400 million.
What?
Jeez.
Also includes name and likeness rights, which will allow Sony to sell merchandise, TV shows, and movies based on the legendary rock band. Sony also owns the catalogs of Bruce Springsteen and Bob Dylan. I would think it'd be more than $400 million.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. I
You
mean,
think
that's a lot
so?
of money.
Well, yeah.
I
That's a
actually
lot.
think that's too much money.
Isn't
Dark Side of the Moon, yes.
was the longest
penis
album on the Billboard's whatever forever. It was on forever.
Yeah, forever. Yeah, it was on forever. The weird thing, I heard, not the one guy, the other guy, got a new record. Gilmore. I just heard Gilmore on a podcast.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how they were going to do this. And he was asked, so are you in favor of this? And he goes, really doesn't matter. There's so many people who get a vote these days that I'm
Good
only
point.
one vote. That's what he said. And I was like, boy, that's sad. You know, because he wrote these songs, right, with the other guys, don't get me wrong. But if he doesn't want to sell them, he's one of, I think, 4 or 5 people that get to vote whether or not they want to sell them.
Now, is that just band members, or do like the managers have a say?
No, whoever owns the catalog would probably be whoever the writers are, and I'm going to guess that was just the guys in the band. I don't know.
Okay,
That's
so
a weird thing.
I know that I'm like probably the least musically invested person in this room, but $400 million for a band that no doubt has a great catalog, but how do you make that money back? Aren't you sort of like they're pretty old? I mean, the music is pretty old, and like the music scene, as you know, Hawk, it's like there's so much to choose from. Whether it's free music from people that are putting that stuff out on YouTube, and then regular bands and all the are you going to get $400 million plus? I mean, because you don't want to just make your money back. You want to make your money back plus more.
Yeah, I can answer that question with conjecture, but I think I'm pretty right about that. I'm pretty much right about this. A, it's in perpetuity. So your company owns the rights to those catalogs for the rest of forever, for however long we still have music, right?
Yep.
So the company's going to make money year after year after year. So that's one. Number two, I'm going to guess pretty soon you're going to hear who's doing your taxes? Money, it's a gas.
Yeah.
They're going to sell the songs to companies for advertising.
Great point.
So they'll make a lot of money on
but
that.
they're also going to probably upcharge what they normally pay now. So if you say, especially with the way AI is going, like you can just make a song that sort of sounds like that, can't you?
You certainly can, and people do that for sure. But I think that that's how they'll make a lot of the money back. They'll also sell T-shirts and merchandise and such like that. That you might even get I'm just making stuff up now. You'll get a Pink Floyd meal at McDonald's. I mean, they will find ways to monetize
Yeah.
everything with the words.
It'll
Pink
be in
Floyd.
Marvel movies because Sony.
Movie trailers. That's a great point too. You're right.
The nostalgia market right now is just at an all-time high.
You are correct.
All bands are getting back together. Every movie from the past is getting a sequel. Like the nostalgia market is big butt money right now.
It's big butt money.
Yeah, big butt money.
Big
butt money.
You know what?
I'm still thinking about
Talk
Brazil.
about what you know, brother. You know what I mean?
Listen to the Hogster.
Big butt money.
All right. Well, that's why I asked because it doesn't seem like from a person like me that it appreciates Pink Floyd, but I'm not buying the apparel and I don't really care to I don't have to listen to their music, and it doesn't move the needle if I'm going to go to a fast food restaurant and there's a Pink Floyd something or whatever.
Yeah.
I just don't know how they are going to get their money back.
Yeah. Pink Floyd Wales. I love Pink Floyd.
You're right about that.
Dark Side, great. The Wall's great. That's it.
Wish You Were Here.
Wish You Were Here is excellent.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
Pigs.
yeah. What'd you call me? Yeah, Pink Floyd's great. It's so good. We can't play it, but I wish we could. Although they would tell us because it was a news story, we might be able to play it. But
I don't buy that anymore.
I don't either.
I'm afraid of it.
Remember we could review things?
Nope.
That was fun.
Don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
Patrick Morning Show, one final segment when we come right back. You can watch us at KFA.com/watch. It's The Fan.
Bye.
If you missed our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One. Las Vegas, make some noise!
Watch the best moments.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today and get internet with a price for life. Keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability.
On The Fan. The Fan. 2 men and a junk truck expects to exceed your expectations, leaving you with less stress at the same time.
From the gas pumps in Granite Falls to the ice chest in Isanti, the Minnesota Lottery's Vikings scratch game is here. These are the concrete coliseums where we challenge chance and chase glory, where we pursue our passion and dare to dream. These are the stadiums where we come to play. Get in the game.
5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like New Metal Radio. Wake up. Featuring
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Boost your password security with Norton 360. Weak passwords can be targets. That's why Password Manager is included in Norton 360 to help keep you safe. Get comprehensive protection and up to 58% off at norton.com/secure.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce here for the greatest undies of all time. Chill Boys and chillboys.com. They are incredible. I have a pair on right now. I don't even know it. That's how great they are. They're the most comfortable and breathable underwear around. It's the best. It's like wearing nothing. I'm dead serious. They are awesome. They have an anti-chafe zone, glide zone, sweat catcher, all that built in, and they're made from bamboo. Your boys will love them. Get it? Go to chillboys.com, mention sauce15, and you get 15% off at chillboys.com. That's chillboys.com.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure my boys love cultivated CBD as well. I'm talking about my friends and my neighbors and everybody else who tries it. Cultivated CBD at cultivatedcbd.com. I am doing really well in the Charge Challenge. And thanks to that, you get right now through tonight at midnight 30% off your entire order at cultivatedcbd.com using the promo code KFANGHOST. KFANGHOST. 30% off your order. Are you kidding me? Again, 30% off. Take advantage of it. And may I suggest, please try the Lemon Lime Afterglow. Yes, I'm allowed to talk about, finally, the delicious drinks we have. The best THC-infused sodas in Minnesota. That is Cultivated. I'm telling you right now, the guava lemonade, the lemon lime afterglow, all the flavors delicious. And that, let me talk to you about that guava lemonade that won the best THC-infused soda in Minnesota at the Legacy Cup. One sip, you're going to understand why I talk about Cultivated all the time. Real fruit, real lemonade, organic ingredients, nothing artificial. The flavor's incredible. All the flavors are great. Try them all. Guava, cranberry, raspberry, and of course, my personal favorite, lemon lime afterglow at cultivatedcbd.com. Use that promo code KFAN GHOST. 30% off your order. Try them today. You're going to sleep better. You're going to feel better. You're going to like life more. Cultivate a little joy, won't you? At cultivatedcbd.com. KFAN GHOST.
The Avid Brothers. Trampled by turtles. Together in one night, October 24th, XL Energy Center. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Free waterproofing and foundation repair estimates from Standard Water Control. Standard Water is the Midwest's expert for waterproofing and foundation repair since 1977. Standard Water fixes all wet and humid basement issues. Free estimates. Visit StandardWater.com. StandardWater.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Andy, what's going on at Continental Diamond?
How about this awesome Google review we got, PA? First, let me say that Continental Diamond is the place to go for your jewelry needs. The entire process was so easy, laid back, and the staff was welcoming, super friendly, and very helpful. The environment from the moment we entered the store was great from start to finish.
It's what we've been sharing 9 to noon for years. Continental Diamond, the jewelry store Minnesota adores, in St. Louis Park or online, continentaldiamond.com.
At Fleet Farm, we're serious about offering whatever you need at the best prices guaranteed. Big things, little things, everything. Like Diamond Solar Salt for only $4.79 a bag. Or 25 pounds of black oil sunflower seed for $9.99. And 40 pounds of Litter Delight cat litter is on sale now for just $8.99. As always, if you happen to find it for less, we'll match it. So stock up on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. All at the best prices, guaranteed.
Dan Barrero here. Get your home ready for winter. Schedule your furnace tune-up with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and save $30. Have a boiler? Save $40 on your boiler tune-up. Visit StandardHeating.com to book and lock in your savings. Stay cozy, stay ready.
Tune in for the Purple Report with Jonathan Grenard, Tuesdays with the Power Trip. Sponsored by Mesh Besher and Spence.
From the 651 Carpets Plus, home of the Next Day Install Studios, this is the Power Trip on FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Just announced Kevin Hart has added a third show to his stop in Minneapolis. Tickets go on sale for this Friday for his newly added show on Sunday, February 23rd at the Armory. Get the full details now at KFAN.com, keyword calendar. But caller number 13 right now will win and skip the line. When you're in with a pair of tickets, call 1-800-320-5326. Good luck.
Thank you. That's pretty cool, man. Good for him. What was that show that he did where he was playing a comedian, but he wasn't playing himself, and he accidentally killed somebody? Do you remember that show? It's like a ghost of a show in my head. And it's like his brother tries to help him. Oh, man, I can't remember. Gosh, it was really Kevin Hart. It was a really good show. It was like a mystery.
I don't know.
But it turned out that his brother set him up or something. Man, it's a ghost of a memory of a show. And I watched it last year. And I really enjoyed it. It was a Kevin Hart thing.
Oh, I never heard of this.
Heart to Heart?
I don't think that was called Heart to Heart.
Cold as Balls?
That might have been it. That might have been it. Aaron Newman says hi to you, Ben.
Oh, what's up, new?
He was talking about how much he loves the hotel we're staying at in London.
Oh, I know. So
everybody tells me that.
Everybody says it's the best, and this will be my first time at that location, so I'm super pumped.
Yeah, man. Let's rock on. The hell is the name of that show?
Celebrity Squares. Dave Die Hart.
That's a good one. Keep going.
That's a bit. That's an actual bit he did.
Biddy did?
Biddy did. Oh, he's in jail. A True Story.
That might be it. Is that a movie that he did for real?
He was the executive producer on it.
Okay, maybe that's not it. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I forgot.
Him and Wesley Snipes. A tour. Yeah, a tour stop at a kid's hometown of Philadelphia.
That's right.
Becomes a matter of life and death of the world's famous comedian.
That's it. And Wesley Snipes is his brother. And he's pretty good in that. That's
no
right.
No offense. That can't be good.
I swear. I swear on my left testicle. My favorite one, as you well know.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's real good.
Yeah, you send it to me all the time.
It's real good. It's real good. Trust me, it's good.
It's
real good.
Yeah, Netflix.
You guys, either you guys, I can't remember, live in Edina?
Yeah, we both do.
That's what I thought. Right.
Yeah.
Either you buy a lottery ticket at the Holiday Station store on Edina Industrial Boulevard.
No, but I know exactly. I know the story.
Yeah.
Somebody won $2 million, baby.
I know.
Good for them, man.
Yeah, a winning lottery ticket worth $2 million purchased at a gas station in Edina last Friday. Minnesota Lottery said the ticket was purchased at the Holiday Station store, 5105 Edina Industrial Boulevard. Whoever holds it, you got $2 million coming to you. Congratulations.
Good for them, man.
And I guess it's $2 million because the player added the mega player. So the $1 million that they won is doubled times 2.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Good
So
for
check
them.
your tickets, man.
And check them often. Do you still do that Jack Pocket bit?
I do from time to time when it gets to be a lot. Yeah, it's
Which
really
is
easy,
sweet.
man.
Yeah. You can buy lottery tickets on your phone.
Yeah, you did advertisements for a while.
I did,
I'm like,
yeah.
that's a good idea. So I do it. And especially when I don't have time to stop and gate tickets.
Thanks for your support, Hogs. I appreciate
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
So who will you
stuck in a loop there.
hockey first? The group you're going to hang out with in London or Andy?
Who am I going to hawk to first?
No, hawk first. Like, where you leave, you just randomly leave.
No, I can't do that to my good friend Andy.
No, you're gonna pull a hockey against Andy.
I wouldn't do that.
Why are you winking?
I got something in my eye.
Oh, well, gross.
Oh, why is that gross?
I don't know. I just like saying gross. I don't know why.
Good one tonight, by the way, which I wouldn't have thought would have been a good one at the beginning of the season. But Tampa Bay versus Atlanta tonight on Thursday Night Football.
It's actually going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one.
Atlanta's a 2-point favorite.
Do you think we'll be able to watch it on the airplane flight or no?
I would almost guarantee you.
Yeah.
The airline we're flying is a pretty good airline.
Yeah, they're a pretty good airline.
Pretty good airline.
I
Lovely
don't
ladies,
think
by the way.
I don't think so.
Right?
Yes, sir.
It's on Prime Video.
Nobody's asking.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
that's not going to be on the seat backs, is it?
No, but again,
You can't watch it on seatbacks?
seat back.
That's what I mean.
No, that's on Prime. No, I doubt the seat backs.
Oh, you all right? A little verklempt?
You all right, baby?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah. My nose
Yeah,
is
you're right. If it was network, we'd probably be able to watch
Yeah.
it.
How's Kirk doing, by the way?
He's
I know
all right.
he's all right.
They're all right.
Yeah.
That
He's
team,
all right.
they won on, a 50-something yard field goal last week. Kyle Pitts has literally become a non-existent factor on
He's a
their
bust,
team.
right?
Yeah, he has to be.
I mean, he's gone through multiple quarterbacks, multiple offenses, and he's still not the guy.
2 weeks ago, and good for me, I took him in the Charge Challenge. So I watched the entire game, and then the next day I was talking to you about it. He caught a 55-yard pass where you're like, how did they not use him on every single play? He seems to be a foot taller than everybody else. I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, and I'm normally wrong, I think he had 0 catches last week. Damn. 0. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, against they played the Saints. They won 26-24. Yeah, Atlanta receiving. He had 3 targets, 0 catches, 0 yards. 3 targets to your tight end.
3 targets. What is this, Maple Grove?
Yeah, what is this?
Ouch.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's really bad.
Shot at Maple Grove. I like Maple Grove.
Yeah, that's bad. I don't know what's going on. They've taken way too long to figure out their offense with Kirk Cousins. I mean, they're starting to figure out now. I mean, I get all that stuff, but like, man, when you have a veteran quarterback that there is
thanks for your service.
Yeah, years of tape of like, okay, this is when he's the best. This is when he's really successful, and they come out and they do the opposite of that. That's just bad football. That's
Kirko is he's thrown 864 yards. 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Ooh.
And his completion percentage is 64%.
I'm just shocked that he's playing football again.
Well, I mean, in that first game, they lined him up in the pistol, which makes no sense because he's such a play-action guy. But I don't think anybody's thought that Tampa would be this good. Baker he's on fire, man.
He is on fire.
He's on that list with Sam Darnold, the MVP list.
I mean, now people are saying, how good was, what was that, the 2017 draft?
Yeah.
I mean, Josh Allen is maybe the best quarterback in the league. I think if you were going to, other than Mahomes, obviously, but if you were going to draft, it'd be him or Mahomes. Sam Darnold is having a great year. Lamar Jackson is what, a two-time MVP?
Two-time MVP.
And then Baker and Sam are having these unbelievable resurrections. Is that the correct term?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
No,
Just be careful how you use that.
Yeah, I mean,
that syllable there.
Man, Corey's not here. I can say all the words I want.
Can I ask you a question?
Well, not all of them.
If you are, I don't know, let's just throw out a number.
You can say it, bro.
No.
Let me throw out a number. I don't know, a 53-year-old man.
Yeah.
And you get it on, and you're done, and then you're like suddenly like, I think I could do it again. Is that a resurrection?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it is, right?
How old of a man?
53? Just throwing out a number.
Throw out a birthday of this man.
Well,
when do you think his birthday
praise
is?
Jesus, probably Christmas.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Brilliant. But yeah, 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, not good for old Kirky boy.
But like Ben said, they're finally starting to figure it out a little bit. So who knows?
Yeah, they're 2-point favorites against Tampa, who just killed Philly.
Yeah.
Again.
Yes, sir.
Most importantly, I heard you're downloading a whole bunch of stuff.
That's right.
Did you share what you're downloading? Like, what are you going to watch?
Can I guess on 2 of them?
Yes.
Dr. Odyssey. You downloaded that from ABC, right?
Just 2 episodes, though.
Yep. Yeah. And then 911, like the B NATO bit.
Oh, I've already seen that.
Oh,
yeah. I don't think I can watch it again. It's too emotional.
Really?
Yeah. It's a lot for me.
And then that like Janice and Daniel's first wedding. Did you download that bit? That's like on ABC.
I wish you'd speak English.
That's an actual show. Go ahead.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Matlock.
Oh, I think he's caught up on
both
that.
the new and the old.
I mean, technically you're right because I do have the subscription to it, but I've already seen all the latest episodes.
But do you like Dr. Odyssey so far? Have you not watched it?
I haven't watched it yet. I'm saving it for the plane ride.
Yeah.
I downloaded Reservoir Dogs.
A+.
I downloaded.
Have you not seen that yet?
I have. It's just been a long time.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, and Apocalypse Now.
Wow.
Hi.
Okay.
What? Are you guys judging?
I am actually a little bit.
I downloaded,
not in a bad way.
Here's why I downloaded old movies, because I know that I'll be able to watch new movies on the back of the seat.
Well,
for
good
free.
plan. Yeah, good plan.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Those are going to be for free.
Yeah, good
for
theory.
free, I said.
Yeah.
For free. So I downloaded some old stuff that I know that I might want to see. I also downloaded some concert videos as well.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'm a freak like that.
Yeah. Isn't there a service you belong to? I'm not making a bit where like
it's called Quello.
You could buy Quibi, where you could buy like
HJs?
No, you could pay for like free concert videos or whatever. Isn't that? Am I making that up?
Yeah, no, you are making that.
Oh, I thought you like paid for something.
No,
like
I used
that.
to. I used to. I don't anymore.
Well, that's good on you. Good for you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Now I watch them on Quello for real. Yeah, you know what? If we have here's a weird thing, Ben. If we have Wi-Fi on the plane, which we will, and we have Amazon Prime on our phone, won't we be able to watch the game?
Yes.
The Wi-Fi
streaming, not without the location.
Not overseas.
Yeah. All that stuff changes depending on where you're. Even like I downloaded stuff when I was in one European country on Netflix, and then by the time I was in the air, it wasn't valid anymore. I spent like an hour downloading movies, and it was all gone pretty much right away. They have weird.
What were you
laws
using?
about
LimeWire? What were you doing?
Oh yeah, FrostWire. Yeah. The clean version. Yeah.
Well, there's got to be a website that somebody might have for you.
Hey, do you have to go, Ben?
Yeah, I can go. I'll go during a break.
Okay. Well, we're
oh
done.
yeah, you guys don't break. You guys don't break. Yeah, I got. I'll leave here in a second.
Real quick, I did download Bye Bye Barry on Amazon Prime about Barry Sanders. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Documentary?
No.
It's an hour-and-a-half documentary about Barry Sanders and his retirement. I haven't seen it yet, so I downloaded that, and a documentary about the band The Tragically Hip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which I hear is a tearjerker and really good. And I know that one of the famous things about the Tragically Hip is they did too many hits of mushrooms before they went on stage at Saturday Night Live. Oh. And the lead singer changed the lyrics to the song, and you can see his confusion on his face as he's trying to remember the words to his own song on stage. I find that stuff to be...
What songs would they have? Do they have a song I would know?
Sure. It's called Jingle Bells.
Oh, wow. God, we can't do that bit anymore.
Well, we can't do that bit anymore?
No.
You can't sing it?
No. I mean, I can sing it, but I got to have the backing track.
No, you don't.
Yeah, but you can't have just the instrumentals? They got to have just the instrumentals.
I mean,
That is a great question.
What's it called when a song is available for everybody?
Public domain.
Fair use.
Isn't that... No, grow up.
For use.
Isn't that... that song has to be public domain by now, right?
Did you just tell him to grow up?
Yeah, that was...
that was weird.
Yeah,
you
Man, taught me everything I know about free use.
Yeah.
I will see you this afternoon.
This afternoon, buddy. I can't wait. I hope we sit right beside each other so we can share gas.
Oh, my God.
I hope to God we don't.
Little
because I
siphoning.
want to be on a 6-hour, 7-hour flight with just shoulder to shoulder with you.
Yeah, I know. That's tough.
So we
That's
can
tough.
share gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard what I said. Ben and I are closer than you guys think.
And share oxygen.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
hot.
Brings people together.
Do you
That's
guys...
how scientists like us talk.
Do you guys draw straws so you get to sit next to PA?
No, I like sitting by PA. I like to be...
Held?
I do.
Yeah.
He likes me to be a baby.
You guys are taking a professional flight, and he holds you. And does he burp you after every meal?
He does cuddle you a lot.
He does cuddle me.
That
he does.
sounds like him.
Yeah, we share things.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you, buddy. Thank
Talk
you,
to
man.
you guys
See you later.
from London.
Do we
John,
win?
London Town.
Yeah, we win.
Yes.
Perfect. Yep.
Sweet.
Yes.
We will hear you on the pregame.
Yeah, I'll be pre and post game.
Okay,
That's
perfect,
And then you'll
yeah.
have to. You won't hear me here in this market, but if you're out and about, you'll hear me on Westwood One.
That's
Perfect.
cool.
Congrats.
Yeah, good for you, buddy.
You deserve all of it.
Kick that ass.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys. Love
kick
you.
that
See, there he
ass.
goes.
Yeah,
There he
yeah,
goes.
yeah.
Yeah, kick that ass.
Yeah, kick that ass.
I'm
Would you
sorry.
kick it, Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe he'll kick it old school.
Yeah, he will kick it old school.
That's weird,
That's being a little greedy, Hawk. That's
I apologize.
not.
I sometimes
All right.
you know what
Yeah.
I'll say about being greedy though. What's your name, Zach?
Yeah.
If you don't ask, you don't get. You know.
Oh, Zach just got a
Optical illusion.
wow. Wow.
I think I missed something.
Yes, you did.
I had no idea your bag was down there.
Wow. He didn't know what he sees.
Yeah,
the
yours
feeling's
was,
mutual.
though.
Out of curiosity, where'd you think his bag was?
Yeah, right.
Where would you like it to be?
Right. Hey, Hawk, I Googled Tragically Hip.
I bet you didn't.
I don't know a single song by these people. Of course I did.
I bet you downloaded Targetly.
No. I can spell, you Todd. I don't know any of these people. I don't know any of these songs.
Yeah, you might know them if you heard them. They are. Let me see. Who could I say? They're like Canada's Oasis.
Oh,
They
really?
were enormous in Canada. And the lead singer is a guy named Gord, as in Gordon, and a tragic story for him, but an interesting story.
He's
and
no longer with us.
I don't know if he passed or not. That's why I need to watch the documentary.
I can tell you if you want to know.
Yeah, go ahead. What the hell?
He did
Okay, I'm sorry to hear
in
that.
2017.
Yeah, right. I think he went like he had a something that affected his memory, and so he wanted to do one last tour, and so they went on one last tour, and it went really, really well for him. In fact, they say that like being on the road and having to remember the lyrics every night kind of helped extend his the health of his brain. You know, interesting, right? Anyway, hey, tell me how they're going to do this, guys. I'm going to guess you guys are too old for it, but man, did my boy love Rugrats.
Oh, no, that was right in the
Oh,
wheelhouse. Yeah, I love
man.
Rugrats,
I remember going. I think I had a birthday party to the Rugrats
is
movie.
sweet.
Remember the Rugrats movie VHS was orange, like the Nickelodeon orange.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was. And you know why? I'm so silly for saying that. You guys are the same age as my son. So I'm an idiot. Anyway, they're doing. How are they going to do a live action Rugrats movie?
I saw that, but the babies are CGI.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what
okay.
they said. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the babies are going to be CGI. I don't know if I don't like that. I don't like that.
Isn't the urban legend that?
Yeah, you know what? It's an interesting urban legend. It's kind of.
Like, is it true?
The theory about
the
what?
Theory?
Yeah, no, people just made a bunch of that stuff up. There's one for Hey Arnold too that like he's got like. You're talking about the.
That they all are dead.
That they're all dead.
Yeah. No, that's just something that someone made up. Because there's another one. I don't know if your son did. Your son watch Hey Arnold as well?
Yeah.
Hawk.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Football head.
Yeah,
man.
you know how everybody has a weird shaped head, and they were saying that like Arnold's like in a mental facility, and he's like imagining it all, and so that's why everybody has a weird shape. I think it's just stuff people made up.
You know
online.
what? It sounds like fan fiction, and I got to tell you, I love fan fiction.
Same. It's really
it's
fascinating.
pretty cool, man. How people take a story you care about and like extend it or change it. I love that, man. That's pretty neat.
Rugrats was. That
Please,
started.
the adults are talking.
Oh, sorry. That started in like
1991.
91. Yeah,
I'm looking at it right
was
now. Yeah.
9. We watched that. That show was great. Ren and Stimpy, all those shows were sweet.
Ren and
Stimpy is so inappropriate.
Should not have been on Nickelodeon.
That was on now. It would be on Comedy Central.
Yeah, I think it was eventually on like
so
Adult
odd.
Swim. Yeah,
it's such an odd show, but they were the perfect team. Stimpy was the idiot, and Ren was the a-hole, like Corey and I.
So good.
Did you guys hear about the Robin Williams movie?
No.
That they're making a biopic about Robin Williams' life, but it's going to be a CGI monkey that is Robin Williams.
Wait, what?
And everything else is normal and accurate to his life, as far as I know. But there's going to be a CGI monkey that is playing the role of Robin.
I am 100% sure this is not the case, but doesn't that sound like insulting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume they would have had to get this cleared.
Yeah, right.
Or maybe even it was his idea or something, because it seems super random to do. But I read that yesterday. I don't.
Yeah, go ahead. Derek knows something about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, just to correct, it's not Robin Williams. It's British pop singer Robbie Williams.
Oh.
He's a very interesting guy. But no, not the comedian.
Can I just tell you, that changes a lot.
Yeah,
It does.
No kidding. Is it really?
Yeah. Maybe I should read.
Robbie Williams, man.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of bangers.
But either way.
But that's
still pretty weird.
Still weird.
It's
you're right. Look at that. And they just put a monkey in his spot and put him on stage. Look at that. That is weird. Look at this. That's him on stage, but they put a monkey in instead of him.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't either.
I don't know anything about Robbie Williams.
I'm real glad
I
it's
can't
not
read
Robin
either.
Williams,
Yeah,
though.
it's okay.
I'm real glad it's not Robin Williams.
No one here is going to be mean.
No, you should see over here, Derek's making fun of you.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gut laughing. It's unbelievable.
Derek.
It's all right.
No, that's weird. Well, I'm glad it's not Robin Williams, because that was I was like, well, that seems insulting.
Yeah, that would be really weird.
Yeah.
I think the family would have a problem with that.
I think you're right.
It's odd.
Right.
It's just so odd.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, did you see that they're doing a biopic of Sauce and they're using the sun as his head?
I just picture the one from Teletubbies.
What?
I do have a huge head. I'm sorry that I have such a massive head.
Yeah, so's your mom.
Oh, okay. You once called it my mom's Vietnam.
I did say
it's
that.
one of the better lines you've ever had.
Thank you for that. I appreciate. I'm proud of it.
I use that line in stand-up, and it's the best laugh I get. Shocking, taking somebody else's material. You'd think they'd have enough of that for the first 45-minute comedian that goes before me.
Oh, no.
Did you just do the skull chant?
Yeah, to myself.
He did.
But he had like a little skull rim shot thing going there. It was like,
Will they bring the big skull chant drum to the game since it's a home game?
I bet they do.
Yeah.
I bet, or maybe they rent a different.
It was interesting a couple years ago because obviously it was a Saints home game,
which is
I don't know.
It was so loud.
I got over there. I'm like, it's so. I don't like the idea of. I mean, I get why they do it, but it's like it's a neutral set, whatever. But yeah, it was interesting how the fans basically had to lead the skull chant themselves.
Yeah.
And they did a damn good job of it.
Well, yeah. And Crease will be there now, so we'll get a pretty good skull chant going.
Oh, he'll be.
I can't wait, man.
Chris
I know we've talked about it a lot.
Chris just texted me he wanted a link from our greasy website.
Yeah, he'll want to watch the game.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's cool that, like, I know I've said this multiple times during the week, but I love that they're playing at 8:30, man. It'll be done at like 11:45 noon. All those other games will start. I love that. I don't know why. I'm excited I get up early anyway. It's going to be a beautiful fall morning on Sunday. Turn, iHeart on, however you listen to it. Listen to Moss in the pregame. It'll be awesome. We've always been there, and that is also awesome. I'm excited to be here and watch a NFL football game at 8:30 in the morning that includes the Vikings.
Well, you know what?
I can't wait.
Jolly old London Town's glad you're not there, too. What do you think of that?
Well, yeah. Yeah. I'd block out the sun for the game.
No, you wouldn't do that. You don't have that big. Hey, it's supposed to rain over there, by the way.
Yeah?
Do you guys remember? Is it open or closed?
It's open.
It's open.
Oh, that'd be great then.
The fans are covered.
And you're way up in the bit.
Yeah. I'm thinking about the field. I bet they have great drainage for those fields because, man, do they put money in those stadiums.
Well, the interesting part is sweet with the field that we're going, they're playing at Tottenham. It's the hybrid of turf and the grass. So how does that work? And
I sent pictures out of it yesterday, and it's
got to be great.
Real bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Looks bad?
Yeah, it looks kind of beat up. Ryan Donaldson obviously was commenting on it. He's pissed about it.
Well,
but what does he know?
He likes grass.
Yeah,
the turf looks bad?
For sure. Yeah, that it looks like it just looked in rough shape.
Well, I suppose, it sits dormant underneath the stadium for however long a year.
Are the Raiders the only team that use real grass in a dome?
Technically, the
There's
Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals.
Oh,
yeah. They roll them in now.
That's sweet. I think that's great.
I think that needs to be the standard moving forward. I think we're seeing just how turf is not anywhere near an acceptable surface.
Like grass.
Here's the thing. If they were real men, they'd play on gravel.
Real men? Why?
Because
I think I just said it.
Real men, you want them to play on gravel.
That's right. You heard what I said.
I am kind of jealous
basically
that you're
did
going
play in
Hogs.
gravel
You're going to have a
in the
great
dome.
time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the dome was
Remember when
brutal.
You'd fall down and you'd get rubber pellets in your eyes?
Oh, and then the
rug burn.
Yeah, rug burn, and it would we got to play when we were kids for football and whatnot.
Yeah,
you'd fall down, which I did a lot because I just got knocked over.
Well, and your head is very heavy.
Okay, all right, enough about my damn head. But that's why the dome collapsed. I fell in 8th grade, and it just sent a tremor up the side of the building that finally just gave way. That was unbelievable to wake up to when the dome collapsed.
You're still shocked
that it happened?
Still shocked.
Did you ever wear the dome as a hat?
Gross.
I stepped on say your joke again.
So did you ever wear the dome as a hat?
I could have. I love the dome.
Like a little do-rag.
That place was such a dump. Gross, Rosie.
Every time I think of it, the dome, the only thing I remember is nearly being knocked to the ground every time you walk out.
Which was fun.
By the wind, man, right?
The dome was sweet.
And I would get pissed. I'd fire back at it. That might be the last thing I ever say on the radio.
Yeah, think about it. Yeah.
Like I go over there and Andy stabs me and I die. And
what if that's how? Yeah, Andy kills you.
Yeah.
What a bit.
You're 100. Yeah.
What a long play by Andy. But
he's really something.
You're 100% going to pull a hockey.
That would be a major motion picture. Oh man.
Yeah, only I'm going to be a monkey.
Yeah.
And he's going to be animated.
Yeah. We'll miss you.
I'll miss you
we
too.
We really will.
Yeah. I'll check in tomorrow.
Sweet.
On the on-sip or something like that.
Yeah, cool.
But just checking in. And then obviously you'll hear me on Sunday live from the old game.
You and I, And we're playing the initials game tomorrow. Maxo is reading the clues. I think me, Zach, Marnie, Carly, and Parrish are all going to play.
Awesome.
Because Zacho's going to be here. It'll be fun.
Very cool. Well, I'm sorry you didn't get to take your trip, Zacho.
Zappo.
Yeah, Zappo. Be a
it'll be fun. We'll have some fun tomorrow. And
it'll be fun, yeah.
I wish you the very best in Europe. And
thank you.
We'll see you very soon on next week.
Yeah, everybody enjoy your weekend. Take care. Go Vikes, and God bless. Everybody have a wonderful day. Right, Abba?
Everybody have a wonderful day.
Take care of each other, but don't forget, you got to take care of yourself first.
KFAN Total Traffic.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center, here's a look at the roads. 35W northbound still stop and go Burnsville split to County Road 42 with road work. 35 northbound.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today for an internet service monthly rate with peace of mind.
Accident has cleared. 494 eastbound France Avenue to Penn Avenue slow. That's traffic on the Fan. Traffic is sponsored by Hero.
From the gas pumps in Granite Falls to the ice chest in Isanti, the Minnesota Lottery's Vikings scratch game is here. These are the concrete coliseums where we challenge chance and chase glory, where we pursue our passion and dare to dream. These are the stadiums where we come to play. Get in the game.